Winter is over and spring is here, which means once again after the long off season, it is time once again for America's pastime. Major League Baseball had their opening day this week, and of all the sports in North America, baseball is the one most impacted by the weather. All 30 Major League Baseball teams play 162 regular season games. With this many games and the vast majority of them being played outdoors, it is no coincidence that weather impacts baseball more so than any other sport. Weather's impact on baseball is not just limited to inclement weather causing delays and cancellations, it also has a major impact on the day-to-day operations of a ballpark. We're joined by the head sports turf manager for the State College Spikes and Penn State Baseball over at Medler Field at Lebrano Park to share just how much weather impacts his day-to-day operations.
Constantly. Everything we do is based around the weather. I mean, whether it's obviously the games, trying to get those started on time, but also our fertilization schedules are based upon the weather. Typically we like to try to get that fertilizer rained into the ground, so we try to time it around a rainfall.
While the day-to-day operations are important, it is delays and cancellations that are noticed by fans and garner media attention. Major League Baseball does not handle weather situations particularly well, despite the massive impact weather can have on a baseball game. Once the game begins, the decision to delay is solely in the hands of the umpires. Now, the umpires are too involved with the game itself to be able to look at any sort of radar or any other weather information and are not able to make an informed decision.
If we feel like we do need to have a delay in the game, then it's kind of a group effort on that part. They'll ask me what I think weather-wise, how's the field conditions. They'll determine some other factors. And then once the game begins, once the lineup cards are exchanged, it's totally on the umpires.
This flawed system has led to many instances of umpires waiting too long to delay games, putting fans, players, and grounds crew members in danger, such as this instance from last season in Pittsburgh. As the grounds crew was putting the tarp onto the field, heavy winds picked it up and engulfed a member of the grounds crew.
It seems like they've waited a little too long in certain points to get the tarp onto the field. And it partly it's our fault. Our fields drain so well anymore. The infields, it used to be if you got a shower on an infield, it was unplayable. These infields take so much water anymore, and the umpires know that. And I think they're willing to kind of let it ride a little longer than they used to. But now it's getting to the point where they may, in certain instances, may have waited a little too long to bring that tarp out. And that's where you see some issues with, what happened in Pittsburgh.
This has also led to multiple stadiums actually being struck by lightning while play is still going on, such as this example from Philadelphia a couple of years ago, when even after this, the umpires did not delay the game, endangering the safety of everybody in the ballpark.
Our front office staff, they're very proactive in making sure that the fans are kept safe. If there's lightning in the area, get underneath the concourse. Where it gets a little scary for us is we're the people that are out there putting the tarp on in a lightning storm, which can get a little nerve-wracking at times. But
Major League Baseball does not have a league-wide policy regarding weather, instead leaving it up to each individual team. Some teams play in a dome or a retractable roof stadium, but even these have delays when the roof is left open during inclement weather, and many people believe baseball should only be played outside and on grass. The Minnesota Twins are currently the only team to actually employ a meteorologist, which is a big step in the right direction for baseball. Whether this is the solution for all teams or having a centralized weather command center in charge of handling all weather situations for all teams works better remains to be seen. But one thing that is clear is that MLB needs to change the way it handles weather events. Whether it's your local Little League or Major League Baseball game, weather will always have an impact on the game. Hopefully Major League Baseball can lead the charge in reforming the way that they handle severe weather events. For Weather or Not, I'm Brian Mastro.